Hi, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about messing with the middle when we are manifesting. So when we're trying to manifest our specific person, a lot of times we are worried about this middle state. And we start thinking about how things have to happen. And then we start worrying because we have said it has to happen 1, 2, 3, 4 being the end result. So we're kind of giving all these things space to manifest. So really, it doesn't matter. What we need to focus on is the end result. And I say this in every video because it's so very important. But when you are getting some movement, you stop and you're not giving as much gratitude because you're getting movement. But what you really need to stop doing is looking at this middle part, because you'll say, okay, I've got communication. Now this has to happen. And then this has to happen. And then this has to happen. But really, it doesn't. We have to take the focus off this middle. The middle part, it doesn't really matter. And we keep going back to, well, if my specific person is not doing this, if he, she is not contacting me and setting up a date, how can I get to the end result? So if you're manifesting marriage and you're not getting anything indicative to marriage in your 3D, you continue to focus on 3D instead of taking your mind out of it and saying, okay, I don't really care about what goes on. I don't care how this has to happen. It doesn't matter how I get from here to here. It doesn't matter. The fact is, you have your eyes set on that future, that what you want, and you start to believe that it's real. You feel it and you say, no one can take that away from me. It's what I feel, it's what I want, and that is what I believe that's going to happen. And when you start to believe it and you feel it and you start to see some signs that are working in your favor, don't take one thing, one piece of movement, and try to get a whole other thing out of it. Allow it, because it's going to continue. The more pressure you remove off of getting your manifestation and getting your specific person to come through, the more pressure you take off of it. It's kind of like free flowing at that point. And we say that you have to let it go to let it flow. So allow yourself to enjoy the process. I know sometimes that we can get so wrapped up in it and we want to put everything on 100 miles an hour, and we want everything to go fast and now. But we can't. We can't always get that level. And now, I will say, even myself, I even impress myself sometimes with manifesting. I will script something, and then 15 minutes later, bam, I'll say, okay, that was awesome. I know the power that I have within myself because I believe. So even as a coach, I'm human. And there are times that I too will stress a little bit about, well, I'm not getting this. And then I'll say, well, yeah, you know why? You're focusing on the middle. The middle doesn't matter. We don't want to go and try to insert things into this middle part that's not meant to happen. It's not meant to play out. So leave it alone. We got to learn how to take our hands off it and say, okay, hands off. And I'm going to do my part, which is believing in the end, living in the end, trusting and knowing that I get everything that I want because I am worthy and deserving of having everything that my heart desires. And nothing else matters. Nothing. And I will say this because I do have a few clients that have third party involvement. When we are talking about third parties, they don't exist. they don't exist in your end result. So why put focus on the third party in your 3D? They are not going to matter in that 4D ending. They're not going to matter in the end result. So why put an emphasis on a third party? You take the emphasis off, they don't matter. Goes back to, I don't mind because it doesn't matter. They are not going to take what belongs to you. You know what is in your heart, and that is the most important part. Love yourself and love what you are about. Allow yourself to take on that feeling of love. And love attracts love. Your SP is going to come to you because your SP knows that you are the one that's meant for them. And you say that, and you believe that, and you hold it deep in your heart. And just completely convert it. Put it all over into the end result. And then another part of this is just saying, whatever happens along the way, who cares? It is the bridge of incidents that's getting me from point A to point B, literally. We're going to take out all the other letters of the alphabet because we don't need a whole lot of stuff in between. We don't need it. We are going to focus on that end result. And whether that is a committed relationship or whether that is marriage to you, whatever that looks like to you, that's what you stick with. That is where you stay, and you hold on to that, even when 3D is kind of kicking you in the face, and then you just say, I don't care. I do not care. And another thing, outside influences, when they want to point out that you're not getting something in the 3D, shut it down. If you have to tell them, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear this, change of subject, let's not talk about it. Stay on track for you. If you have to eliminate negativity, do it. But keep yourself in the state of receiving. And you will receive over and over and over. But you have to understand one thing. You are worthy. You are amazing. And you can have anything that your heart desires. Just believe that. So, I will be doing a course, a very short course, just a few day course on how to manifest your SP for Valentine's Day. So, that will be releasing in the next 5 days, hopefully, so we can get everything set up and everybody gets their Valentine's Day date. So, till the next video, happy manifesting.